Yes, I'm at the gym, right? But it was just something so prevalent on my mind. And it's just like, we get married, we have these children, and for women that cannot conceive, God produces and gives you a miracle, right? This thing that you've been begging and crying and praying for. And then all of a sudden, whatever differences you and your spouse have, whatever infidelity shows up, now you divorce it. And so now this child that God was hesitant to give you, but he graced you to give you, now they have this split between a two-parent household. And I understand the reason that, you know, you rather split than have the children be miserable. But what signs were present before you got to this point? What thing was flagging at you to say, hey, this ain't working already? Children don't make situations better, they complicate them. And so while we have this thing where we do what's best for us, I gotta do what's best for me, you know, for the health of my children, I need you to know that what's best for you goes out of the window when you decide to have children. You have to do what's best for them. And so that if that means that you have to endure sometimes, then you stick it in there until God said that you can move. Oftentimes we release ourselves from situations that God has not released us from. And then we want to blame God about why things didn't go right. But can I say that some of us forced the situations to begin with? Right? We forced it to happen. We forced it to coexist. We forced it to coincide and collide. And then we want to know, God, where were you? And God has said, I've been the same place I was when you ignored my hand the first time, and the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time. And I'm not talking about relationships that are abusive, right? I'm not talking about stuff like that. But can I tell you that people don't just become abusive? That it was signs of abuse already there. It was signs of trauma already there. It was signs of no self-control already there. They don't just show up. They're already there. So, before you break that home up because you're tired and you done had enough, what kind of damage is it going to do to your kids? Right? Because your flesh can't submit. Because your flesh is upset and angry. Because your flesh is annoyed. What's it going to cost your family? The livelihood of your children. The stability of your household. And then we wonder why kids start doing bad in school. Why they acting up. Why they showing out, why they joining gangs, and why they trying to fit in places that you know that you didn't teach them and you didn't raise them well, because everybody was doing what was best for them and not what was best for what that thing that was produced here. That baby that was produced here, that child that was produced here. And then can I go one step further and say that, I mean, you could say that maybe I shouldn't have had it, but it's too late now. The child is here. The child is here. My marriage has not been perfect. My relationship has not been perfect. I'm not talking to you about nothing I ain't had to do, decisions I ain't had to make. Just something to think on. Think on these things.